My name is Montague William III, and what I will tell you may well sound absurd, but the less who believe it, the better for me. For you see, I'm in banking and the big industry. For many a year we have controlled your lives, while you all just struggle and suffer in strife. We created the things that you don't really need, your sports cars and fashion and plasma TVs. I remember it clearly how all this begun. Family secrets from father to son, inherited knowledge that gives me the edge, while you peasant people lie sleeping at night in your bed. We control the money that controls your lives, whilst you worship false idols and wouldn't think twice about selling your souls for a place in the sun. These things that won't matter when your time is done. But as long as they're there to control the masses, I just sit back and consider my assets, safe in the knowledge that I have it all. While you common people are losing your jobs. You see, I just hold you in utter contempt. But the smile on my face, well, it makes me exempt. For I have the weapon of global TV, which gives us connection and invites empathy. You would really believe that we look out for you, while we bankers and brokers are only a few. But if you saw that, you'd take back the power. Hence, daily terrors to make you all cower. The panics, the crashes, the wars, and the illness that keep you from finding your spiritual wholeness. We rig the game, and we buy out both sides to keep you enslaved in your pitiful lives. So, go out and work as your body clock fades. And when it's all over, a few years from the grave, you'll look back on all this, and just then you'll see that your life was nothing, a mere fantasy. There are very few things that we don't now control. To have lawyers and police force was always a goal, doing our bidding while you march on the street. But they never realize that they're only just sheep. For real power resides in the hands of a few. You voted for parties. What more could you do? But what you don't know is they're one and the same. Old Gordon has passed good old David the reins, and you'll follow the leader who was put there by you. But your blood, it runs red, while our blood runs blue. But you simply don't see it's all part of the game. Another distraction, like money and fame. Get ready for wars in the name of the free, vaccinations for illness that will never be, the assault on your children's impressionable minds, and a microchipped world. You'll put up no fight. Information suppression will keep you in tow. Depopulation of peasants was always our goal. But eugenics was not what we hoped it would be. Oh yes, it was us that funded Nazis. But as long as we own all the media too, what's really happening does not concern you. So just go on watching your plasma TV, and the world will be run by the ones you can't see.
Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Bakak Wadash, this is Aki Madrilla Zil, back with another quick lesson. And my topic is on the opening clip regarding this individual by the name of William Montague III, which you go into it, he's a fictional character, but we know this is one of these devil's tactics. Is, you know, what it is. What there's a saying in the world: life imitating art, and vice versa. So even though this individual by the name of William Montague III is a fictional character, but by analyzing what is mentioned in this poem, you can obviously tell this fictional this fictional entity is actually based on real individuals, mainly families, which ties to which are Salakia, which are reflecting the elites amongst Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. You know, this what this fictional character William Montague is actually based on true families of the elites, which is of Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, to name a few: the Rockefellers, to the DuPont, you know, the Rothschilds, etc. That's just to name a few. But this is what this fictional this fictional entity is based on. And I'm gonna go into a brief history, then I'm gonna go into the actual lesson. It says linking William Montague the third. It says the connection between the figure named William Montague the third and the London riot of 2011 is not a historical established fact, but rather appears in a context of a YouTube video and related discussions surrounding the poem The Banker. So it's a poem. I'm gonna get the author's name, but it's a poem titled The Banker. And that's what they are. He is a fictional character telling you people the intense thoughts, strategic plots, and all around truths that you people live, man. You live in a fantasy world that they pretty much created for you as a distraction to chase what? Money, fame, which they're already telling you it amounts to what? Nothing. It's nothing more. Money, and the money that you chase in this world, the fame that you chase in this world is nothing more than a distraction, man. And it amounts to nothing, man. And they're telling you this, even though they're telling you in a fictional way, it's in reality, it's the truth. It says the poem potentially attributes to a William Montague III suggests a hidden power structure where those in banking and big industry manipulate events, including the riots, and control the political landscape and media narrative, which that is true, man. They control what? Or they manipulate events, including riots. That's why you see a lot of these which we understand and we know what they are. They are crisis actors. These riots and stuff, they're going on right now. And from my understanding, they're disguised as festivals. But there's riots that's going on right now. And we know that these individuals control it, man. You know, or they have their minions orchestrated. But it's all in their plots, man. They're actually manipulating these riots, these events on a global scale, wars and etc. It says, including riots, to control the political landscapes, meaning they control both sides, man. And one thing this devil said in that poem, it says, you know, I'm roughly quoting what he said. He says, you vote for parties. What more could you do? What you don't know is that they are all Salakia. What you don't know is that they are one and the same, meaning these Democrats and Republicans, these simple Negroes, man, they vote thinking that I'm gonna vote Democrat because Democrat is pro-Negro, pro-black, or whatever you want to call it, man. Nonetheless, they are one and the same, man. Just like our elders and the brothers put it, man. They're the right wing and left wing of the same bird, man. You know, it's part of the same entity, man. Right wing, left wing, Democrat, Republican. It's one and the same, man. You're still gonna go in that right wing can't go. It's not going, you know, it can't go. Well, let me put it like this: wherever the right wing's going, the left wing's going, and they're part of that same bird, man. That body, man. They're part of the same bird, man. You know. And another thing, this you know, everything was interesting, but I'm gonna just name a few. Also, it says, like I mentioned earlier, it says it's all part of the game. Another distraction like money and fame, man. He says it's all a part of the game. And I could tell it by, like I was mentioning multiple times, like you could see society in general, man. They got a bunch of these misfits, imbeciles, dope addicts, weirdos. They're acting like they're functional people in society, man. Like when I was coming up, which they are, and that's what it is. It's a game that these devils orchestrated, meaning these self-proclaimed white people. It's a game that they're orchestrating, and they got these simple Negroes thinking that it's not, because these devils, not knowing to their simple mind, they're manipulating them to make them believe that these simple ass people have a say-so in society, and they act like these weirdos, act like it's our big break, it's our time to shine. You know, because these devils are allowing them to be functional retards in society. Like when I was young coming up, there was a bunch of restrictions, man. You couldn't walk around, or you couldn't apply and hold jobs that you see these nitwits around here in society controlling, like working for, you know, the city. They got a bunch of project-looking weirdos working for the city, working for waste management. You know, being these retards holding, literally, man, these people are retards, man, holding management positions at these companies, man. I seen it for myself, living testimony, worked around them, you know. But it's all in the efforts of what? These devils, man. They control everything, man. But I'm before I, you know, continue to vent, but I'm gonna just continue on other key points. It says go on watching your plasma TV while the world is ran by those you can't see. So that's what it is. You're distracted watching your TVs, soap operas, you know, etc. Even trying to meddle in other people's lives, which I go through on a daily basis. These simple-minded people want to meddle in my life. That's part of their game, man. You know. And what is their game? It says also it says the real power lies in the hands of a few, man, meaning the elites, what they call the Illuminati, which these people at one time try to say that, oh, that's a conspiracy theory. Now a lot of this stuff is being like, oh, that's what we're living in. The era of Esau Edom being uncovered, man. So it's well known now, where it should be, because there's a lot of information that is shedding a light on these conspiracy, as you simple people put it. Oh, that's a conspiracy theory. Illuminati, you know, global this. a lot of information started first and foremost from our elders, man. Our teachers are shedding the light, because that's the era we in. The Lord had given us grace to what? Do his work, man. And part of his work is what? Uncovering this devil and what he's intended to do, man, which is the self-proclaimed white man, you know. Let me repeat that again. It says, the real power lies in the hands of a few. Pursuant to Job 9:24, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, man. So we know that these elite families amongst Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, control the narrative on a global scale, man. They manipulate these wars, these riots, these events that's happening on a global scale. They have a say-so. They fund both sides of the war, man. There's information on this, man. You know, they fund both sides. So they manipulate these events, man. And also, one key thing that they said in the opening of this poem, right, by William Montague III, it says what? The less you believe it, so like the less you believe it, the better for me, man. Meaning these bankers, that's what a lot of these people don't. That's how they was, a lot of them, they still have that to an extent, but the believers, the ones that are meant to get this truth, we will believe. And that's what they said. It says the less you believe it, the better for me. So the less these people believe that these things that this guy mentioned in that poem, man, the less you believe it, the better off for them. But we know, and they're literally telling you, that's why they don't feel guilty about when things happen to you people, man. There's no guilt. You know, it ties back to an old ancient creed. Like I can't think of it. I've been trying to find this information for some time now, but once upon a time I knew it, you know. But it goes back to an old ancient creed that they say, man. Pretty much they tell you these things before they happen, so you know the guilt is off their hands. Like they don't feel guilt, because look, they saying they're admitting that we're already telling you people. And they're telling you through what? Entertainment, through their movies, these poems. Some of them even quote. They'll literally tell you by their own words that what they do, what they planned on, what their ideas, thoughts of you people are, man. So there's no guilt once they execute their plan, man. So the less you believe it, the better off for them, because that's how these people is. They don't want to believe it. They want to go about their little life as though, you know, they're in their own little world and nothing affects them. But these devils actually control and manipulate events, shape and fashion your world, man. That's why you got now Negroes walking around in dresses. Which you don't think that was a strategic plot or plan? Yes, man. And there's I've been meaning to get that name, but there's a self-proclaimed white person written a book back in the 70s that actually stated that that's what he said, soon enough, that's what they're going to have. This book was written back in the 70s. He said, soon enough, we're going to have black men walking around in dresses, man. And look where we at now. You got these Negroes, man. I did a lesson on it a couple of days ago. Negroes promoting dresses, man. You know, like they the new Jordans. Hey, man, go cop these, man. These niggas walking around in dresses, man. You got these entertainers, sports, movies, or what may have you, walking around in fucking dresses, man. This was all a fucking plot, a strategic plot made by these Edomites, man. These self-proclaimed white people, man. You know, effort to do what, man? To steal your soul, man. You know, and so Lockie, let me go, you know. Let's go to let's bring out some precepts, man. So that's what this devil was planned on doing anyway, man, because they know this life doesn't amount to anything. The main goal is what? Selling your soul, man. They want to, have you do abominable things. So the Lord, especially the children of Israel, will what? Shun you, man, because you'll continue to do these abominable things. And one of them is what? Selling your soul, man. It says, I'm going to go to the point. The book of Mark, chapter 8, verse 37, it says, let's read the New King James Version. It says, or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Let's read the Amplified Version. It says, for what will a man give in exchange for his soul and eternal life? So that's what they're doing. So let's jump up to 36. That's what I meant. Mark 8:36 says, for what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul, man? So that's what they do. All this money. Like there was a quote in that poem. It says, it's all part of the game. Another distraction like money and fame, man. That's all it is. It's part of a game. These devils are playing a game, man. They look at you people as more of you're dispendable. You know what I'm saying? You're a little pawn in their little game, man, that they're playing, man. They don't care. They know this money, this fame that these people around here chase, it amounts to nothing, man. And he also says what? He used the word what? And a microchip world, man. And a microchipped world, man. That's mainly what it's ended up to, man. Cause we see these key points that these devils in this poem, and you people think, oh, that's merely some poem. That's a conspiracy theory. Somebody just saying something, you taking it there. Man, no, these devils actually literally telling you that's what they plan. That's why you see these Elon Musk, and these people right now, even I think if I ain't mistaken, it's in Delaware somewhere. Not Australia, but in these European countries, they already got these individuals walk around chip, man. They got the chip in them, man. And that's their whole plan is what? To have a chip world where they can be able to what? Track, trace, follow, pretty much have you under their control. Finances, everything. And you're under their control by this what? This chip. And it says what? One thing he said in there, it says, in a microchipped world, man. Like Mexico, they're requiring, at one point it was a volunteer, or it was you were pro-choice, but now Mexico is making it a mandatory for their citizens to have a digital ID, man. That's why all this digital things, they're not here. I think in the end of September, they're no longer issuing checks from the government. Everything is going to be digital payments. So that's what we're moving to, this digital thing where they're going to do away with all fiat currency. Everything is going to be digital, man. To usher in what? That MOTB, man, which is that chip, man. Which our teachers, been saying for decades now, man. Give all honors and glory to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, and double honors to the teachers, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, man. So we know these things through the spirit. We can see it unfolding, man. Let's read it again. Mark 8:36, which I wanted to I mean to bring out. What I meant to bring out first, it says, for what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his soul. That's why this devil wants you to continue to what? Sacrifice your soul for frivolous things, man. You know, throw away your whole soul to gain something in this world, man. And that's why you see these Negroes, man. That's why only these 2/3 I don't deal with them. They're already at that level. They don't care, man. We already know the mentality of you simple people, man. That's why we try to deal. We deal with them accordingly and try to avoid dealing with them, man. The best of our way, you know what I'm saying? Because these people simple, they gone, man. We already know your mentality. We already know everything about you because you simple, man. You know. But I'm gonna bring out some more precepts before I close it up. Let's go to the book of Psalms. '64. And this is a prayer for my from David, man. You know, our forefather David, man. It says prayer for deliverance from secret enemies, man. And that's what it says. It says they walk around in their secret places, man. You know. That's how they do. They walk around in secrecy like you don't know them. Meaning these Edomites, the elites, mainly. That's how they walk around. They don't want to be known. But you know about these other characters, man. Cause they want you to know about them. You know about these Elon Musk, these Bill Gates. These are the front men. They want you to know about them. But there's families that's way wealthier than them. You know what I mean? You hear about these billionaires. These jokers are trillionaires. You know what I mean? They probably ain't even got a word for how much money these devils got, man. You know, because that's what they've been doing for centuries. Pillaging other countries, rape, rob, murder, steal. That's what they've been doing for probably centuries now, man. You know, these devils been doing. Actually, it has been for centuries now. Not decades, but centuries. They've been stealing, killing, willing and dealing, man. Throughout on a global scale, man. Let's go into it. Psalm 64:1. It says, a psalm of David. Hear my voice, O Yahweh, in my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, then Salakia. Who whet their tongues like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, man. That's what that poem is, man. Bitter words, man. That they might shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not, man. So that's what they do, man. They don't care. They're gonna orchestrate their plots, and they're not gonna have any sympathy when they orchestrate it, man, because that's their whole mentality, man. You know, they're the perfect. The Lord made them, these devils, the perfect devil, man. You know, they're the perfect devil. And Yahweh willing, man, we're the elect, which is the elect, will be perfect, man. You know, and actually the elect is perfect in the eyes of Yahweh Shai, man. Let's read verse 5. It says, they encourage themselves in an evil manner. So like if they encourage themselves in an evil matter, they consume. It's like they commune a lane. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them, man? So that's how these devils work, man. Like they orchestrate these events. They're like, who sees us, man? But Yahweh Shai sees all. They said, who sees us, man? Who can stop them, really? That's how they think. Like, who can stop me from doing what I do, man? I control everything, man. The media, you people, you simple people's lives. These devils know they're controlling, man. They manipulate events. They what? They work a diligent search, man. That's what they do, man. Let's read. I think that's what it is. Verse 6. It says they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart are deep, man. That's what they do, man. They spend countless hours and resources to what? Especially to keep the children of Israel in derision, man. That's what they spend countless hours, time, resources to keep you in darkness, man. That's what these devils doing, man. Through their technology, they're able to manipulate things. That's what these devils do. That's what these devils do, man. They search a diligent search, spend countless hours and resources to execute their plan, man. And their ultimate plan is what? Have as they call it, a microchip world, man. And that's what we leading into, man. I'm gonna read a couple of other precepts, and I'm gonna close it out. Leviticus 17. I think the point is in 11. So like it's not that. Not Leviticus. So like it. 1 second. Select it. Bear with me. I'm in the book of Salakia. Book of Ephesians 6. Six and 12, it says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, man, against spiritual wickedness in high places, man. So that's why they set their nest on high, man, because they're in the ruler's seat. This is their rulership, man. And we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, man. We wrestle against spiritual wickedness, man. That's why they said, that's why I brought out, it said, you know, what would a man gain if he loses his soul to gain, you know, gain the whole world by losing his soul, man. You know, meaning the riches, these people giving up fame, money for this world, man. And what resulting in losing their soul, man. Doing abominable works, acts, you know, doing iniquity to gain fame and wealth in this world, man. You know, it's going to amount to nothing. This devil know that, but these simple people don't, because they don't see past this. They think the Bible is some fairy tale, man. It's some ideology that we came up with. That's just the way you think. That's the way you think, you know. So be it, you know. But at the end, we're going to see who's going to be standing, man. When it's all said and done, you're going to see Yahweh Shai words stand, or you mere people's ideology or what you think, you know, your reality actually is, man. But we can see clear through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai that his words will stand clear. And it says if this was of men, you know, it will come to naught, man. And we know it's not of men. This is all through the spirit and power of the Heavenly Father, man, which is Yahweh and his son, Yahweh Shai, man. Let's read it again. I'm going to close it out. This is the book of Ephesians 6 and 12. It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of the darkness of this world, man. So there's principles that are in play, meaning these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. And mainly that main commandment is what? MOTB, man. That's gonna come into play, man. Against spiritual wickedness in high places, man. Just spiritual warfare, man. You know. And I'm in and off there, man. Hope the body is edified. So next time we'll give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. By Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakak Wadash. Again, this is your Akim Majul Azil. Lord willing, I'll be back with another lesson. Till next time, Shalom, Barakathon, the Baba Ball, Shalom.